Before watching our videos, please subscribe to our channel and then tap the bell button so that you can receive our new videos notification fast.
When confronted with adolescence, don't throw in the towel. Growing up through adolescence, it's going to be difficult. It's complicated. Even when you try to be understanding, your children won't listen to you. They'll turn their backs on you, closing off the doors of their hearts. Although it can seem to have no end, however, you know that it's just a stage. It's not a matter of insistence or making it seem like nothing's going on. You feel unconditional love for your children and you have to show that to them. Although they won't want to communicate with you, you can't get defensive or reprimand them for everything. Phrases like "you're so ungrateful" or "after everything I've done for you" serve no purpose but to increase their level of distrust in you. Even though you might know all this, the road can still be an uphill climb. This is why it's important that you educate yourself about this stage that you've already left behind. How? Books that talk about adolescence can be a real help. There are plenty of them, and they're excellent for helping you identify with your children and feel some relief. Sometimes you might think that you're a bad parent or you're doing it wrong. What you may lack, however, is knowledge, which you'll obtain by reading and learning. Things you should always do. Smiling mother and daughter. There are a series of guidelines that you must always follow, even if you don't feel like it or find yourselves constantly at odds with each other. Learn to choose your battles. Sometimes, people fight with their children over things that aren't a big deal, like wanting to get a tattoo, dye their hair, or get a piercing. These are superficial issues that you can get too focused on while disregarding the truly dangerous behavior. Tobacco use, unprotected sex, alcohol, and drugs are issues that you have to be firm with. But as far as how to dress, that's not the argument to pick. Pay attention to the warning signs when you think that what your child is doing are typical for the teenage years and decide to ignore it. You can also miss some warning signs. For example, a sudden obsession with food, a dramatic change in the way they dress, anxiety for no apparent reason. This is not insignificant, but can indicate that your child is suffering from an eating disorder, abuse, or bullying. Monitor their use of social networks. The internet has allowed people to access a wide variety of information and to communicate with others. That doesn't mean that you have to spy on your child, but you do need to control their use of social networks somewhat. For example, they shouldn't be doing their homework with their cell phone in hand, or be surfing the web all day long, absent-mindedly. Wasting their time in front of a screen is not beneficial and can harm their future. Also, remember that bullying is something that's perfectly suited for social networks. Their self-esteem must be protected, and the internet poses a serious threat to that. Be sure to talk to your kids, set some limits, and make them aware of what can affect them for the better or worse. Remember that adolescence is a stage with a clear end date. So don't stress or let yourself be carried away by the things that once also affected you.